Hello and welcome. It's that time again, and we're in the last two games of the season. And as you may have noticed by the table, we are 7 points clear of third with two games left, which means that we have officially got ourselves promoted. This game against Lechnia Reykjavik, however, is for the championship and for the title. All we need to do is draw. That's all we need to do, is get a point. Would like a win. So the last results, as you may expected, have been very, very good actually. I think I left off with this Vikingur game where we won 4-1, I think. We went and won against Protor, Grotta and KA. Fairly convincing wins actually. And that's why we're in the situation that we're in now. So if we get to the game, we're changing ever so slightly from the last video. We're not going to play defensive mid anymore because the only person that we can play there is Gislason, and he's tired, and well, he's old, and he's retiring at the end of the season anyway. He's done alright actually there, I suppose. Maybe I could play him. No, we'll play him in the last game of the season because he is retiring. And then the defense is pretty much the same as it has always been. Johansson is actually starting this time in place of Gislason. Gunnarsson in that attacking playmaker, advanced playmaker role in the attacking mid. It works really well there with Helge Gudjonsson and Jonsson. Now Helge Gudjonsson scored 3 goals in 4 games. Why was I not playing him from the beginning? And we don't have a captain. Oh yeah, Magnusson's got suspended, and just this one's us also. Well, we don't play, but we're not going to play him because he's old. So, and he's retiring soon. But we'll play him maybe in the last game of the season, I think. So this is first v second. I'm expecting it to be quite a hard match, but we've got promoted, which is excellent. I didn't expect us to get promoted. I expected it to be like this sort of time of the season where it'd be like one win out of it, or you know what I mean, like just very, very close. And Jansson's going to get onto that. Jansson hits the post. Very nearly could have been 1-0 up. Did I have a Frenchman in there? Jean-Francois. So yeah, everything is going very well. But look at this, that Bjornvik team. They were like 8th, and they beat us, and from then on they've just been rocketing up. And Jonsson has scored a goal. Fantastic, has his 16th goal of the season, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I think he's the highest scoring player in this league. So that's really, really good to see. That's a really nice finish, isn't it? Well done. So I should also mention that because of our decent performances thus, well, our excellent performances, I should say, thus far, the board have offered me a new contract, and we're staying for at least another year. And they've pretty much doubled the wage budget. It's 2-0, Ori Gunnarsson, and the team are playing excellent. As it stands, we've won the title, and fairly convincingly if it ends like this. I forgot to say who we're playing in the next game. I think we're playing against Njarvik, the 5th place team. That's the final game of the season. So they're pretty tough, but hopefully, I mean, if we're beating 2nd place Lechnia Reykjavik, then surely we can beat Njarvik. But yeah, we're playing very, very well. Ori Gunnarsson's got himself a light injury. Helge Gudjonsson isn't having the best game so far. Now, what did I say? I said in the last video, I said Helge Gudjonsson's probably going to be playing for the Icelandic national team, right? And what happened? He's playing for the under-19s Icelandic national team. He scored a goal on his debut, I think. He's looking very good. He's looking very, very good. The guy's only like 17, and he's just he's just doing amazing, and I should have been playing him from the start. I should have been playing him from the start. I don't know. Yeah, so I think for the Premier League, we're going to need some new signings because I'm not convinced that some of these players I don't think can call it in the league above. Mainly our defence, really. But let's take Gunnarsson off. Pollockson can play there. Johnson's playing decent again. That's nice to see. Yeah, we're putting on Adalgason on the right. Yeah, so a few of these players can't cut it, and I think the important thing I need is a goalkeeper because Bjornsson's alright. He's okay. He does make some really terrible decisions though, and his potential ability actually is to be like I think a 4-star potential. So he's not bad. He's actually pretty damn good. The only thing is that we need someone who is a lot more older and a lot more experienced to just cement that, like just to have those good performances in defence. And then the other thing with defence is that our sort of centre backs, with the exception of Magnussen, and with the exception of Magnussen, like they're kind of quite bad. We've got Gjelfersen in centre back. See if I can point him out. This one here. He's quite a young player. I think I brought him in summer, whenever that was in Iceland. I brought him in and he's been doing okay, but he's no Magnussen or Gislason. It would be a shame to draw this, wouldn't it? After we've been all over them. 2 quality finishes. Just got 30 seconds to hold on. Would be nice to win the title with a win at home as well. Johnson loses out. Alright, Ingo's got the ball. Johnson, cross it in. It's all over the place, and that's it. We're the champions. We've won. That was an excellent result. And if we look, just to clarify, I mean, look, we're like 9 points clear at the top of the table here, and we have one more game left, and that game is against Njarðvík. So I'll join you for that one, where we'll give just the son, I guess, his little final send-off before he retires. Maybe we'll hire him as a scout or a trainer. What do you call them? People who like train younger players. We could hire him to train thingy. What's his name? Johnson. Welcome to the last game of the season. We're at home. We're against Njarðvík. We've won the title. We're going up. Everything's all good. So there's a few changes with the team. I'm bringing in goalkeeper Pettersson, who has sat on the bench for like the entire season, and he's not very happy with me anyway because I've not been playing him, and we've been playing this guy who's on loan, which I completely forgot. You may notice a new name in here. We are playing this guy, another one for me to learn how to say, or how to not say properly, how to badly pronounce. JS Thoraarson. We're going to be putting him in the right. He's from our under-19s, as is Alex Freya Ellison, who is also from, who's playing on the right in place of Christmanson, who's not even going to be on the bench today, because actually, yes he is. Have to play Christmanson on the bench. And then we are sticking with the same two people up front, Johnson and Jonsson. And I'm mainly doing this just to see how the new team plays. You may notice also we're playing Gislason. It's his final game of the season, and I think what better way to sort of have a little send-off for him than to play him in this match at home with his fans behind him. being all happy about him, etc., etc. But we just actually had a report in from him. He's officially no longer good enough to be in our squad. So if we lose, we'll blame it on him. We can't blame it on him, but yeah, but they're attacking us now. Why did I play this goalkeeper? I mean, tactical. We meant to play the offside trap, and this game really doesn't matter what happens. I mean, it'd be nice to win, wouldn't it? But we're just playing the young team and some young players, and hopefully they do well. Pogson to Gislason. Possibly his final touch of the game. Well, it won't be. Ellison heads it to nobody, and now they're attacking us. Sigurdsson. So, I think plans. I'm not sure the position that we're going to finish in the Premier League. I expect it to be quite challenging, but at the same time, there's another team actually. I don't know if you noticed, but there was another team, sort of, because I only played like 2 games last season, so you might not have seen it. But they finished second. They were called Grandavik, and I believe for last time I checked the tables in the Premier League, they were top. And so they basically they finished second, and now they're sort of into a a Europa League spot, which is insane. So hopefully, be nice to do that, wouldn't it? And they're going to get a guy sent off here. Oh, we've got to win now. It doesn't matter that we're playing fewer players. We have to win. It's embarrassing if we don't. Yeah, I think Helge Johnson is definitely Premier League quality. I think a lot of our players are. I think Sigurdsson, Polaksson maybe, uh, Christmanson who's on the bench. We've got quite a few players. Magnusson, I think Magnusson is quality Premier League player, but the problem is we have so many players to try and replace who I don't think are good enough. That it's going to be quite a challenge, I think. Right, Ellison's got the ball. What can Ellison do? He's going to get tackled. Christmanson would have set up a goal. But we're losing 1-0. And this is, bear in mind, Novik are a pretty damn good team. They're actually not terrible, and we're doing okay. Ingo's on the ball on the left. Good Johnson flicks it onto Ellison, and Ellison should have scored there. But yeah, I think make a few changes. We'll move Gislason up there, and we'll take Gislason off for Aaron Johansson. So that's possibly Gislason's last game in a Fram shirt. Well, in any shirt, unless he magically comes out of retirement. And we'll bring on Christmanson. And Edison's actually had a pretty decent game. Got a 7.0. But Poroson's not done too well on that left-hand side. But these are the future. This is the future of our team. And Jonsson quickly makes a critical interception there. Ingo's on the left. Hilmerson, Ingo, Påkelsson, Johansson finds Christmanson, and Christmanson should have done better there. I'd be ashamed to lose this, but oh well. We're going up. Doesn't matter. There's going to be a party bus in Fram town. I guess Fram is in Reykjavik, isn't it? So there'll be a party in Reykjavik. And it looks like a little bit of a disappointing end to a really, really, really good season, but oh well, we experimented, we played a few players, and I'm particularly impressed by Alex. Alesion. He did really good. So maybe he's one for the future. Maybe next year or a couple of years ahead, if we're still in the Premier League, we'll play him. Who knows? So that about wraps it up for this season. Um, Everyone is happy about the title winning and the champions, etc. Finances for next season looking really good. Our wage budget has been almost doubled for next year, which is just insane. We can bring in some quality players, I'm hoping for. Don't have much in the way of transfer budget, but what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the free agents, and we're just going to go for them because they seem to be the best. We have quite a lot of contracts ending as well at the end of the year, so we'll be able to thin out the squad as best we can. And I guess the next game will be probably the first two games of the Premier League, unless there's a weird cup again. Who knows? Bye. And so just a little sort of mini end of season review, because that was our last game. We of course finished top. Proto Reykjavik have just managed to sneak in front of Lechnia Reykjavik to also get promotion. Hawkar and KA got relegated. Hawkar got relegated. They beat us at this size. Wow, that's insane. We will then have a look at the... Where is it? Yeah, the profile. So Jonsson has got the top goal scorer award, 12 goals, which is very, very nice. And that's about it. We also have Sigurdsson with the most assists, so that's something to keep into consideration. And apart from that, we're okay. We might try and sign someone like him, because look at that, his contract's expired. We could totally get him. So that might be something that we might do. We're going to poach some other players. Have a look at the team and how they did. I have it somewhere. Here it is. So, as you know, Jonsson in the league's got 16 goals, 6 assists, and 1 player of the match, with an average rating of 7, which is very good. Bergeson's got 9 goals, so about 20, almost 25 goals between those two, which is very good. And then Christmasson and Pollackson make up the remaining goals, with Gudjonsson with 3 goals. And Gudjonsson, as you may know, is our star youth player who is on a youth contract, and there's no one interested in him at the minute. They seem to have left him alone. Good. Leave him alone. And that's about it. If we look at the best player on our team is Porkluson, and I guess he only made 7 appearances, 15 as a sub, but he did okay, and he's very good. And Gudjonsson doesn't really count because he played 6, so I guess the official best player in our team was probably Aaron Johansson with a 7.11 over 23 games, and then Magnusson coming in a close second with 7.09 with 30 games played. But so these two players will probably be playing in the Premier League, and if we have a look at their reports, they're a decent player for the Premier League, and he blows everyone out of the water, to be honest, with his ability. And so that is about it. That is the end of the season, end of season 2, and we're going up.